As human beings, we are used to the nature around us, the plants, the trees, and the flowers. Even though we encounter these phenomena every day, we do not wonder about them every day. And so we ask ourselves, where does life come from? How did plants emerge? Oxygen is a crucial element for life to exist on Earth. So how did the Earth end up with an atmosphere made up of roughly 21% of this stuff? The answer is tiny organisms known as cyanobacteria, or blue-green algae. These microbes conduct photosynthesis using sunshine, water, and carbon dioxide to produce carbohydrates, and yes, oxygen. In fact, all the plants on Earth incorporate symbiotic cyanobacteria, known as chloroplasts, to do their photosynthesis for them down to this day. The primary source of energy for nearly all life is the sun. The energy in sunlight is introduced into the biosphere by a process known as photosynthesis, which occurs in plants, algae, and some types of bacteria. Photosynthesis can be defined as a physico-chemical process by which photosynthetic organisms use light energy transferred by photons to drive the synthesis of organic compounds. They do this by exciting electrons into a higher atomic shell and gradually re-releasing this energy. The photosynthetic process depends on a set of complex protein molecules that are located in and around a highly organized membrane. Through a series of energy transducing reactions, the photosynthetic machinery transforms light energy into a stable form that can last for hundreds of millions of years, namely in sugars such as glucose. The electron transport chain is the final and most important step of cellular respiration. While glycolysis and the citric acid cycle make the necessary precursors, the electron transport chain is where the majority of the ATP is created. So where did the electron originate from? For the first millisecond of the Big Bang, the temperatures were over 10 billion Kelvin and photons had mean energies over 1 million electron volts. These photons were sufficiently energetic that they could react with each other to form pairs of electrons and positrons, though most of these re-annihilated after 15 seconds. When the universe had cooled down to the point where electron-positron formation was no longer possible. However, due to an imbalance in the amount of positrons and electrons, free electrons remained after this process. Key to the success of eukaryotic cells have been two powerful, mutually supportive organelles, the mitochondria and the chloroplast. Endosymbiotic theory proposes that these organelles were once prokaryotic cells, living inside larger host cells. The prokaryotes may initially have been parasites, or even an intended meal for the larger cell, somehow escaping digestion. Whatever the cause of their initial interment, these prokaryotes might soon have become willing prisoners to a grateful warden. The prisoner prokaryotes might have provided crucial nutrients in the case of primitive chloroplasts, or helped to exploit oxygen for extracting energy in the case of primitive mitochondria. The prokaryotes, in turn, would have received protection and a steady environment in which to live.
Excite the electron, excite the electron, cool down the electron, cool down the electron. Photosynthesis, photosynthesis, endosymbiosis, endosymbiosis, endosymbiosis.